Hello, welcome back, Jade. Sorry it's been a while. I've been distracted in real life and all the shenanigans and all that, and didn't know if YouTube would go away, so.
David, you're gonna miss breakfast.
I want to miss the rest of my life on Remnant, thank you very much.
Penny has gone to wash up, you know.
She's going to come out eventually. Wait, how do you know?
Details. Now stop being such a big baby and get out of bed.
No.
David,
No.
last chance. Get out of bed on your own or
You can't make me.
who's trying?
What? Oh my god! You had your chance, partner! Let me go already! Ow! And stop flailing around! Ooh, this day can't get any worse. Never say that. Alright, no lateness today. Our attendance situation is not that horrible, Ariel. I know. Still feels good to arrive early for once instead of just having a couple of minutes to spare, Unforgivable. Absolutely unforgivable. Weiss is standing outside the classroom, holding some kind of small poster in her hands, or what looks remains of it. She's clenching it so hard she may turn it into shreds in seconds. Well, hey, Weiss, is everything all right? Penny, Ariel, good morning. Did something about this small paper upset you? Oh no, absolutely nothing. It's just going to go well with the colors of the wall. Would you be more comfortable talking about what troubles you with Ariel? Maybe a little. Sorry, Penny, it's just Ruby. Ruby. I understand. I will meet you both in class then. I wish Ruby was more like her at times. So, what's wrong? It's easier to just show you. She brings up the hand holding the small poster, offering it to me. The truth about Weiss-Schnee? It is, of course, all slander. It's a pretty elaborate poster containing a crude caricature of a pretty surly Weiss with an animalistic lizard tail and sharp fangs coming out of her mouth, posing on the right side of the column of text. Are we supposed to believe that the heiress to the most powerful organization in all of Remnant chose to become a huntress and leave the luxury of her life and home for the greater good? This slime doesn't know anything about my life or my home. It's clear that she's here for something else, to be a footnote, well, of her family inside the school, but what could the Schnee want with Beacon? Easy. The Schnee want Beacon itself to produce its own private army. What? I know, right? The letter continues briefly detailing how the student body of Beacon should rise and band together to request the expulsion of Wise or to force her to confess. A call to arms of sorts. This is terrible. Who would think of something like this? Granted, knowing my father, he tries something like this if it looked profitable. The Atlas Army already provides protection for the Snee affairs all over Remnant, and when that doesn't suffice, the occasional hired goon will do the trick. Also, I doubt Osmond would just sell the school to your father. What kind of idiot would write something like this? Someone who doesn't know me and judges me by my family name. No, based on your father. Ugh. Probably a student, most likely a fauna. What should we do about this? Does it mean I can count on your help? Sure, if you tell me why you don't want Ruby to know about this. We're already dealing with something pretty big right now, but knowing Ruby, she'd try to make us tackle this at the same time. I can see that, but if this person, whoever it is spreading flyers, we may not be able to avoid it. I don't think that's the case, otherwise they would be everywhere around the school. Professor Goodwich and the other teachers aren't that absent-minded. Oh, that's true, which is probably also why he's not sending this directly to people's scrolls. They would trace it back. Yes, he's most likely has to stick to approaching places he knows will be crowded, not, and do it at night. Sounds like a stakeout then. Indeed. Contact me when you've decided on a place, and we will lay in wait together. I can do it alone. If you think I'm just going to push my problems on you, you got another thing coming. I didn't mean it like that, but I understand. Stakes out on campus at night and contact Weiss. Sounds easy enough. I hardly got any of it. I hardly got any of the lesson. Because for once we managed to find four seats next to each other, which means that I had to sit next behind sides Penny for the entire morning, and I couldn't help but keep thinking of, all right, calm down, Ariel. Remember when you talked about with Jack, these kinds of thoughts are perfectly natural. Still, I can't help but feel like I should apologize for staring. Hey, Penny.
Yes, David?
She had the gigawatt smile for the entire morning for some reason. I wanted to apologize for last
Oh,
night.
that's completely fine. I did not mind your prolonged staring triggered by my attractiveness at all.
Evelyn snorts out and barely restrain laughter while I can only gape like a fish.
I mean, you were staring because you found me attractive, right? You didn't find my body weird? You didn't see my neck?
Huh? No, I didn't. See your neck and your body's not weird, but I.
Then that means that you find me attractive?
Penny, I've called you cute since day one, remember?
Yes, but cute and pretty are things that don't necessarily imply sexual desire.
While I gape even more, slowly, Evelyn slowly slides under our desk, her entire body shaking with mirth as I'm looking for a way out, any way of distraction, something to get me out of this awkward conversation. Yes! That's all the time we have today, children. Don't forget to lunchtime. All right, Penny is not upset. Let's not bring that conversation up ever again. Well, congratulations, Penny. I can say with absolute certainty that he's been affected.
I did it!
But for the time being, try not to push it too far. Push it further, all right? Let him process it. Hmm? And get back up already, carrots. Let's see. Oh, wait. I haven't started Pyrrhus yet. Someone is training in the amphitheater, or is she? She seems to be standing perfectly still. Oh, wait. She's training her aura, isn't she? I almost didn't notice because, well, I almost couldn't feel it, to be honest. I have a feeling it's not because her aura is weak or small. Also, she noticed me and is turning in my direction. Hello. Hi. Ariel, right? That's me, and you're Pyrrha. Your friend made sure we remembered both your names. Yes, Nora will always make sure people remember her at least. Sorry for getting you into trouble, by the way. It's no trouble. I think we all have a part of blame, don't we? Well, Nora made it sound like it would be kind of important. Wait until we'll hear Pyrrha Nikos almost got detention. She was just being overly dramatic. I'm not that big of a deal, really. Oh, so you're a big deal? That's not what I said. I know, but you said not that big, which implies you're at least some kind of a deal, which I guess you're kind of a big deal. And what makes you think that? The fact that I could almost couldn't feel your aura until I came closer? Now that she's relaxed, I can feel how strong and intense her aura normally is. I think that she can control it to the point of making it that subtle. That's crazy. Oh, it's nothing much, really, even if you could reach that level. Yeah, right. No, I swear it's just the results of training. If you like, I could show you some exercises for your aura. I don't want to take any of your time away from your own training. I would just be showing you what to do and be there for you to observe. You wouldn't take too much of my time. Still, well, on the one hand, she is a really nice girl, and I hate to refuse. Also, because I do want to get better with my aura. On the other hand, I hate not being able to repay people for the time they give me. All right, on one condition, I want to help you with something. You do? You want to help me? Yep. Is there anything at all you'd like to help with? I do my best to support you. Well, maybe. No, that's a silly thought. It's all right, really. Huh? What is it? Spit it out. It's nothing. I swear. You don't. Hey, take your filthy paws off Pyrrha. Eh? I think I've seen this guy in class before, but the voice is definitely. Oh my God! It's the ghost. John? Weiss wasn't enough for you, huh? Now you're trying to put the wheels on Pyrrha. Of all people. Well, tough luck. Putting the move. Oh, I see what's going on. Oh man, I swear that's not what I'm. As long as I'm around, you won't touch a hair on her. Sure, ignore me. John, and why is she blushing? Why she looks kind of happy at. Oh. So I guess Pyrrha is very important to you. Of course she is. She's my teammate. Ouch. She's also my partner. Oh man, that's gotta hurt. And most of all, she's my best friend. You know, we all love to roast John for this, but let's be real. We all know or were that one person that did this. We've all had that experience, right? Ouch, shot for the heart. John, right? I swear to God, I wasn't trying to put the moves on Pyrrha. Is he telling the truth, Pyrrha? Yes, he is. And Weiss too, we're just friends. You're way too friendly to be friends. Oh, Mike Meadow. Now that I say it out loud, I may have been overreacting. You don't say. Sorry, man, I just jumped to conclusions and I guess I was a bit jealous. He was jealous because, oh, my poor redhead. Oh, it's all right. And call me Ariel. John Ogg. Well, I think I've embarrassed myself for one day. Sorry to bother you guys. See you later, Pyrrha. See you later, John. Thinking about it, there is something I'd like your help with. If you still like to train your aura with me in the afternoon. Sure. Need a hug? Yes, please. Maybe this has something to do with the flyers about Weiss? Call Weiss and investigate. Can't see anyone around, so whoever may have been here has already left. Oh, those heels are noisy. Oh, I forgot how stupid the the our design looks at the start. Here I am. Did you see anything suspicious? What are you smirking about? Nothing much. Just thinking you couldn't sneak your way out of a school for the deaf. Let's just get inside. There doesn't seem to be anything different about the place except for the flyer sticking to one of the columns. Here it is, just like the first one. Same words of slander. She takes it off the wall carefully to avoid leaving a trace of glue. Any indication that something may have ever been hung up there. Then she crushes in her hands in the shape of a ball, lets it fall to the ground, stomps it repeatedly with her right foot. You do realize you need to pick it up again now, yes? But I need to ease my frustration somehow. Can't take it out on the culprit? That would only make the situation worse now, wouldn't it? Probably. After all, it wouldn't make the person stop doing what he's doing, and if anyone else knows about it, they could take Weiss' aggression as confirmation. Which brings to mind a question. What are you going to do when you find this person? Honestly, I don't know yet. I hope I can think of something before then. Man, that's not an easy situation to be in, huh? There's something on the ground. I crouched down to grab it, and as I get a better look, a seed? Hey there. As I enter the room, I hear a hairdryer running in the bathroom, and I see that Penny is already in bed like usual. As I come back at this time, I let out a small.
Don't worry about Penny. She won't be mentioning sexual attraction with you anytime soon.
Thank the gods, but
Talk about a curveball, right?
yeah, I mean, I don't know Penny inside out, but I never pegged her for the one to talk about such things so nonchalantly.
At all?
Or at all. I mean, not that I thought that she couldn't be interested in such things, but I think they're not so openly talked about in Remnant, right? Or is it just me who's old fashioned as she called me once?
You're right. Most people are not so upfront about certain subjects. That's because of social implications, no?
And Penny seems to be missing knowledge about a lot of things. I get it.
Hey, David,
Hmm?
do you like Penny?
Yes, you mean as more than a friend. Hmm? The thing is, I don't know what it means. I don't know what liking someone as more than a friend is. How it feels like. All I know is that I like being around her. Even when things get awkward, I don't want things to change. I
I
see.
see.
Same goes for you and Jack.
You?
I like spending time with all of you, like being part of a team, and even in the forest, we might have been risking our lives, but then we came out on top together and we laughed. That was the most intense moment of my life. I've never felt so alive and happy, and I don't think it would feel the same if I had been with someone else.
You know, I had half a mind of doing an amnesia joke. But I'm just gonna say that's one of the sweetest things someone ever said to me. Thanks, David.
Really? I just told you that the happiest moment of life was when we narrowly escaped the jaws of death.
Still counts.
Good morning, sleepyhead. Hey, I woke up on time. You're just an early. Was it just me, or did it show that day passing twice? That was disturbing. Today, Professor Oobleck told us about a settlement that got overrun by Grimm after being attacked by bandits. Volume 4, much? Strife and overwhelming negative emotions caused by their attack attracted the creatures, and no one was saved. I agree. I had heard about the event before, but the way Professor Oobleck talked about it made it particularly haunting, right? Which makes me wonder. Hey, I think you forgot this in class. Oh, what? I was so focused on Jack and Evelyn that I didn't notice somebody coming up from behind until I saw a hand holding my scroll up to me. This guy looks a year or so older than I am. He's wearing some peculiar clothes, too peculiar to just be casual wear, so I'm guessing it's another uniform. Want me to keep it? Excuse me? You're just staring at it instead of taking it back. Whoops, sorry about that. I laughed at myself and grabbed the device out of his hand. Way to make a fool of yourself, Ariel. I was just wondering about the uniform. It's not from Beacon, is it? Nope. Mistral represent Haven Academy. The name's Howard Targani. Ariel de Cavagus. But what is a student from Mistral doing here? Ooh, I'm a temporary transfer student for the Vital Festival. The what? It's an international festivity that takes place every 2 years. What she said. How could you not know, if I may? I'm sorry, it's only been a couple of weeks since I joined Beacon, and, well, simply put, I have amnesia. Oh, wrong person to tell. For real? That must suck. How were you able to join Beacon? Well, Penny found me. She's Penny, by the way, Penny Polendina. Suffice to say, many things happened. It's a relatively lengthy story. I bet sounds like an adventure or a prologue. Well, I think I kept you enough. Sorry for prying, guys. It's okay. Price you pay for not knowing stuff. Price of knowledge, as they say. Have a good day, guys. What is it about the Mistral outfit that's just used for infiltration in this school? Like Cinder's gang uses it, and this game uses it for like this small section. So there are students from other academies in Remnick currently attending Beacon. I wonder what the festival is like. Hang on, what are the... My God. My stats. I don't think I'm ready to rank up Yang. Ruby, I need to buy a book. This is the book that Ruby bought when we went to Vale. Let's see how it is. A kingdom recovering from war with a neighboring nation is now torn in a war of succession. No woman can rule this kingdom alone, and so factions form under her suitors. The narrative is split between the factions of two suitors and the princess herself, and this guy who could be one but doesn't want to be. Well, that was fun. The guy smarted and humiliated a guy in the same game. True for dare, I guess. Kind of like him. Alright, I think I've read enough for today. Oh? Phew, just in time. Ruby, she's holding some kind of thick non-fiction book under her right arm. Hey, Ruby, you in a hurry? Oh, Ariel. Oh, gods, yes, I almost forgot to pick up this book for a project before the library closed. Weiss would have killed me. Huh? Her gaze falls upon the book I had been reading. Instant realization spreads on her face. That's the War of the King. You bought it as well? You seemed very interested in it, so I wondered what it was like. I'm liking it so far. I know, right? I've read the other books from the author, and they're all so cool. Although the main character is a bit different from the usual ones. Different how? Well, the library is about to close. Never mind, we can talk about this some other time. I haven't finished it myself anyway. We probably should. See you later. There's just about to put on the lights in the classroom area. If someone wanted to hang a flyer unseen, they would do it then. Well, look at that smile. Someone managed to not make a ruckus for once. You had a good idea. Did anyone come by yet? No one. We can use the benches and wait until the lights go out. We will wait a bit more then. I guess so. I just realized I'm sitting on a bench alone with Weiss in the dark at night. This is kind of embarrassing, I must admit. Nothing. I guess we chosen the wrong place to lay in wait. Or maybe we just need to wait a little more, but this is so boring. This is so boring. A stakeout isn't supposed to be exciting, I guess. Yes, but just staring at nothing and making no sounds causes you to lose focus anyway. Guess that's why cops are always in pairs. A partner keep you on your toes. You can alternate duties, and sometimes your partner can notice things that may have gone unnoticed by you. Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, about that, Weiss, last time I found something weird. Something weird? Take the seed out of my... Dude, why do you have a seed in your right pocket? Where I had been keeping it in a handkerchief. I had thought about throwing it away, but for some reason I didn't. Is that a seed? Found it on the floor when we removed the flyer from the mess hall. Well, it is the kitchen. It's not unusual to find food on the floor. After closing time, you know that they clean before shutting down for the night, including the floor. No, I never actually thought about it, to be honest. Also, this seems way too big to be used for cooking, at least in my opinion. It's not an expert on seeds, sadly, but I think some seeds exist that aren't for cooking but directly for eating, like a snack. I'm sorry about that. My cat just loves laying on my computer. But as far as I know, they don't sell this stuff in Beacon. What if these belong to the culprit? The culprit? I guess I'm descending into police jargon now. You know, the person who's making the flyer is a long shot, but maybe if we find who sells the seeds, the culprit. So you can say it, but I can't. Shush, Ariel, listen. Steps. We need to hide. But where? We're in a corridor. Shoot, behind the next arch, we'll have to do. I feel my heart accelerate as the footsteps come closer. The sound of heels, so the culprit is a woman. I share a glance with. Why? She's probably as unsure as I am about all this, but we have no choice left but to confront this person now. Click, clack, click, clack. Closer and closer she comes until she stops right before the arc. Oh no, did she notice us? I really hope you weren't thinking of assaulting me, children. Eh? Professor Goodwitch, what are you doing here? My usual night patrol. I check the hallways one last time before bed at this hour, as a deterrent for students who may be looking up to spice up their private lives with some voyeurism. Spice up their private lives. That's not what we were doing! Professor, I swear on my honor there was no fornicating! Regardless, you're still outside your dormitories. That's true. I take it you can find your road back by then. Yes, sorry again, Professor. That was so embarrassing. Yeah, I can't believe Professor Goodwitch thought we were doing that. Oh, two attractive teens sitting alone together on a bench in the dark, only illuminated by the moonlight. And this is a co-ed school. I don't really blame her. Right. Wait, what do you mean by attractive? Being in show business taught me anything. It's that whenever people see two attractive people together, they always think they're sucking face when no one is watching. This show is is even been guilty of this because there are so many or so many shippings in this show at least. Not what I meant, but anyway, regarding the matter at hand. Anyway, Professor Goodwitch gave us a great hint. Right, to be able to stick that flyer in the hallway the first time. The culprit must have known about Professor Goodwitch's habit, so he's definitely a student here. Say with a grin, as my hand goes to the seed again inside my right pocket. Hopefully there aren't that many Beacon students who like to snack on these kinds of seeds. We follow the food then. Hopefully by the time we find this person, I'll have an idea what to persuade them. Morning, partner. Ready for another day? You know it. I'm especially ready for breakfast. That's enough. Mr. Ark's aura has entered the red. Great form, Miss Damrot, but may I suggest less erratic movements next time? That's half the fun. Fun, she says. As for you, Mr. Ark, ma'am, I must admit I'm impressed. Your skills are progressing steadily, and considering the level you were at when you joined Beacon, whatever it is you're doing, keep it up. Yes, ma'am. That's all for today. Have a good day, children. Good job, Evelyn. Very well fought. Your experience shows. Thanks. Even if I've mostly fought Grim before, sparring with other your Aura users is a nice change of pace. You're right, but is it enough? What do you mean by that, partner? Well, except for Port's lessons, first year students don't have many opportunities to fight Grim. And I'm just flashing back to the Cobalt, where like everybody was annoyed with how Port got that damn Burbus in. True. So thing is, students that join combat academies already have at least a bit of experience with that because they come from the lower grade academies. I was thinking of how to make sure you and Penny catch up on that. Sounds reasonable. Any ideas? A couple. I'll have to take them up with the headmaster first, though. For now, let's go to lunch. Good job, Bryn or John. Even Miss Goodwitch praised you. I know, right? I can't believe it. You dummy. You've been training for 6 months and one-on-one with Pyrrha for weeks now. Of course you're going to get better. I guess being the worst fighter of the school doesn't automatically make me weak. Semantics are important. Still, I wonder what her trick is. You noticed it too? After the fourth tompa to the face. Aha. But seriously, it was like, I mean, I'm used to people dodging my strikes, but it's like she was dodging them a bit too well. Does that make sense? Hmm. I believe Weiss is ready for the next event. Let's go. Actually, we're gonna read the book some more. Alright, let's see how this continues. Last time the main character had been approached by the princess. Oh, that's very boldly, but proposal. But considering the alternatives, I can understand why she would. Oh, something's moving on the war front. I bet they're going to use it as a proving ground for the suitors. I bet the main character's already regretting accepting the deal. Well, that was actually becoming really interesting. Did you get to when they're sent to the front? Ruby, are you stalking me? No, I'm not. But I may have been passing by the library, wondering if you've been reading. Well, isn't that socially awkward? How do you do, fellow kids? Yes, well, I just reached the point where they're sent to the front and they have their first glimpse of the ancient weapon. So cool, right? Cool indeed. Think they're gonna hijack one. Totally. And then it's hero time. He started from an alien, and he's been 10. Hero time. Yes, like the main character. Hasn't exactly been exactly acting like a hero so far. No, um, not really. But does he need to? The library is about to close. Anyway, we're pretty much both around the same chapter. What about we meet up and discuss the book after we finish? Sounds cool. Why don't we exchange school numbers? Did we already have her number? Morning, partner. Ready for another day? You know it. I'm especially ready for breakfast. Come on. We're going on ahead then, partner. Yes, I'll be all right then. Crap, where's my head today? How did I forget my pencil? And someone may say it's just a pencil, but I'm not made out of money here. Here we are, a quick deviation, no more. Huh? It's Velvet. She hasn't left the classroom yet. She looks very focused, observing something spread out on the desk in front of her, tapping her cheek and thought. No, nothing gives me any ideas. Upon a closer look, I realize they're all photographs. They're photographs of people, weapons, clothes, places. There doesn't seem to be anything particular grouping them together except that they're all photos she's taken. Also, she wanted to be alone. I'm probably intruding. Even if she was in a public place, I should at least make my presence known. Hey, Velvet. Hey, Ariel. Sorry I didn't hear you come in. It's all right. Is something troubling you? Yes, but it's nothing new under the sun. I'm sorry. A bit too enigmatic, right? I mean, it's something that's been troubling me for a while, so I guess I internalized it. It doesn't sound healthy. Do your photographs have anything to do with it? They're a part of it, yes, but I don't want to trouble you. Oh, I guess it's a private thing. Yes, it kind of is. Although, hmm? She's observing me now, deep in thought. Then her features relax and she gives a little nod to herself. Did she have an idea or something? Yes, you're the closest thing to a total stranger I have, so you might actually be able to help me. I don't know if I should feel offended or not. Care to elaborate? My problem is not something I can go to my teammates with, since it's trouble of our team balance. So someone I know, but who doesn't know my teammates and is not invested in our mechanic is the perfect person to help me with this. I see. It's logically sound, I guess, but what exactly is the problem? That just asking her friends to help would disrupt their balance. I'd be happy to help, I think. But what exactly do you need me to do? Here. She moves her hand to the satchel on the belt and extracts her camera from it. She hands me to me and I grab it carefully. I'd like you to take some pictures. Pictures of what? Whatever you want. What I need you to look at another point of view. It seems that my own pictures don't suffice to get me out of this conundrum. So if you happen to catch upon things that catch your eye, I'd like you to took pictures of them. Will do if you tell me what this is all about afterwards. That's a fair request. Now, shall we go to the mess hall? We should probably exchange numbers, by the way. Can't take pictures on an empty stomach. There are three, I believe. One is part of the main story, and as such, it will automatically trigger. And two are down here. I haven't been down here in a while. Last time was when Evelyn was showing me around Vale. It hasn't changed much, huh? What were those guys doing? Oh, it's finally opening again. And you still haven't got a chance in the world. I'm content with just watching from afar, thank you very much. Let a man have his vices. There's a few people gathering around the part of the wall where a giant poster has been held up, signaling the reopening of. Oh, wow. The poster is featuring two girls who, and I thought Ruby had extravagant clothes. Okay, I'm taking a picture of this. Looks like some kind of nightclub. Too bad I'm a minor. That poster really makes me curious. What's going on at that cafe? Hmm, it's just people laughing at someone's stories. If that's true, that's hilarious. What? Of course it's true. I don't have enough alcohol in me to start making stuff up, I think. And then, short skirt to the side, that doesn't sound like a situation I'd like to find myself in. He's the center of attention. Either it's his storytelling ability, or wait, is that a cape? Who wears a cape? Except Ruby, but Ruby is Ruby. A grown man wearing a cape. Alright, I'm taking a picture of this. Way too curious. Should probably get back to Beacon before the last bullhead disappears. Yeah, this place screams picture perfect to me. Yeah, I believe the reason they made this plot required was because they changed very early in the production. Like originally, a link was optional, and they decided to make it required. They're almost eerie silence. For some reason, I can't even hear crickets. And huh? There's someone observing me from the hallway leading to the balconies. Hello? Nothing. The figure keeps standing in the shadows, observing me from the hallway's window, perfectly still. Gods, this is getting creepy. Hey, didn't anyone ever tell you it's rude to stare at people? The figure just keeps standing perfectly still, and the hair on the back of my neck starts standing out straight. No, wait, it moved. Hey. Damn it, I missed. Huh? Him? Her? I don't know. I didn't run into the person coming up here, so she probably ran the other way. And wait a minute. What's that on the floor? As I kneel to observe the spot better, I realize it's burned. There's a scorch mark on the floor where the figure has been standing. What the hell is this? I have Vilvet's camera, don't I? I should probably show this to someone. How do you leave a scorch mark on stone and marble? God, my skin is crawling. I better go back to my room. I hope this is an interesting enough picture to show her. Well, if nothing else, we got two others. Good morning. And Friday. Sorry, Professor. It won't happen again. As long as you understand, you can join your partner now. Today, someone on our team was actually late, and surprisingly, it was my partner. Did you find your scroll in the end? Yeah, it had fallen between my case and the wall. I was in such a hurry that I almost knocked someone on the way here into the dorm's corridor. Well, why couldn't you wait until after lessons to keep looking for it, though? Because the headmaster had told me yesterday that he would let me know about my training proposal first thing in the morning, and for him, that's before students wake up. Oh, you mean, yep, but let's leave it for after lessons, shall we? You shouldn't neglect aura training either, partner. True. That's talking Morse training. Yeah, that only works on Evelyn's lips. Nothing in their room either. 100% sure. Searched the entire place twice. Almost cut it too close and got caught cleaning for a bit, but I'm sure there was nothing that felt the same. Been shadowing them for 3 days. They're acting like normal students, not visiting any peculiar places. Well, as normal as future hunters can be. If they've entrusted the object to Ozpin, they're not visiting the place where it's stashed. That, or they're carrying it on them themselves. Yep, it's only been 3 days, so I should follow them around a little bit more. Maybe start testing them, or so try to narrow it down further. The girl or the boy? The girl or the boy? It would help if I had a clear testimony at the moment of impact, but alas. Hello, boss? Sorry, I was thinking. That's you, all right, but what were you thinking about exactly? The way to help you. Oh, that sounds like a good thing. There's one problem though. Ding, won't come cheap. Let's go finish the book and have another character or be ready for the next event. That's the convenient. Wait, what? He's not going to use it? Holy smokes, that's actually genius. Instead of relying on something that they know nothing about, he devised a plan on what he had at his disposal and won. Seems like there's a lot of room for a sequel. I mean, right now, the guy seems to have secured his claim as king, but Huh, no Ruby today. Speaking of which, I wonder what she thought of the book's ending. She looked like she had certain expectations for the story, which I didn't feel were met. Welcome, Parkaima. And this place still gives me the chills because of what happened last time. Why am I here again? Then, alone? No one's making me do this. Is it curiosity? I don't. There it is again, that burning sensation on the back of my head. It's much stronger compared to last time. The person is much closer to me. I should probably get out of here. But I wouldn't have come here alone in the first place if I wanted to run. I grip the railing hard, testing my body. I turn around with a sharp, sudden motion and start running to the inner part of the amphitheater towards the corridors. The burning gaze follows me until I enter the corridor, then it disappears as if the odor suddenly didn't want to look at me anymore. Is it because our eyes can meet now? There, for some reason, I can't see the shape as clearly as I would like, but there's definitely someone who's there. They're covered from head to toe in a green cloak with a hood pulled up so I can't see anything. The lower part of a pair of legs. From motion, the person seems to be fidgeting. I take a few more steps. When I finally stop walking, the figure also stops moving the back straightens further. Who are you? Honestly, the first question on my mind was, why are you stalking me? But I haven't felt like this person's presence anywhere but in here and only at night, so maybe why are you looking at me? Anyway, the mysterious figure doesn't answer. I catch the hint of a slow breath. Do you know me? Why are you staring at me so intensely? Still no answer. The figure doesn't feel threatening at all, but there's something. I mean, seriously, it feels like someone's trying to set my head on fire. I startle for whatever reason. What I just said seems like it has finally gotten a reaction out of the figure. Finally, it shifts, one end of the cloak flopping slightly. Fire. There's a character you won't know if you didn't watch season 3. I don't like fire. Younger woman. This was my stalker. She looks older than me. I've never seen her around campus before, maybe. Are you an upperclassman? I guess not. But then who is she? What is she doing in Beacon? So what's your name? Why does she look so surprised? Don't you want to know what I am? Excuse me? Don't you want to know what I can do? Should I? Isn't it more normal to ask someone's name when first meeting them? Maybe, but I feel like you should ask me that first. She's not making much sense. Is there something in Beacon that attracts all the weirdos here? Well, I'd just like to know your name first, personally, and my name is Ariel de Cabagus. I'm Amber. Finally, some progress. Nice to meet you, Amber. So, what were you doing in Beacon at a time like this? Why aren't you asking? Oh my god, is she still hung up on that? That is why you're so weird to you. Because that's what everybody has. That's what everybody cares about. Whoa, whoa, whoa! What's happening there? It's becoming crisp all of a sudden. That's why. That's why she's here. Whoa! That's above that scared me. I think my eyebrows are almost singed. And on the ground. Yeah, no doubt that's what happens when she disappears. But why did she run away so abruptly? And who's this woman she's talking about? Ready to hit the town? You know it. Meet you at the Bullhead Landing. Now, where do we begin? Well, I have a location-based app on my stroll for looking up establishments and shops. Should we try that? Sure. Push comes to shove, we cannot just ask someone on Main Street. Well, will you look at that? There's actually a stall in the market that specializes in dry snacks. Sounds like a good place to start. I agree. Let's go. This place is as bustling as ever, except for when large flaming balls of death drop on it, I guess. The stall is near the middle. The owner is an elderly faunus woman. So, maybe it'd be better if I hang back for this one. What's up with, is this whole situation making you self-conscious? The case is an extreme, true, but I have to face the fact that my presence. Okay, if the things have gotten so far have taught me anything, if I turn around, I will lay my eyes on. There's a pudgy guy dressed in the beacon uniform. He's definitely a faunus, considering the huge buck teeth. He's also got particularly puffy cheeks, wears glasses, and he's holding up a bag containing a number of those seeds, which for some reason he eats directly out of the bag. Munch, 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 munch. Damn, he's noisy. So, I guess it's bad to judge people based on their appearance, but just asking a couple of questions won't be bad, right? We are investigating, after all. I clear my throat loudly as I take a couple of steps in the guy's direction while he pays the stall owner. She looks like a kind old lady. Excuse me, are you a student Beacon too? The munching stops cold as he hears my voice. He slowly raises his beady, bespectacled eyes to look at me, confused. Then they widen as he lays eyes on Wise. The fuzz. The what? The fuzz! He screams and then speeds up in the opposite direction. Alright, that's definitely feeling the culprit. After him! Stop right there. You're the one who's hanging up those flyers, aren't you? Why are you using plural, you nincompoop? It was just the one before you started taking them down. But why are you doing it? A preemptive strikes against the evils of the Schnee Empire. Take this! Are you throwing half-eaten seeds at us? The pristine whiteness of evil cannot handle the filth of freedom. What the fuck are you even talking about? Dusty's fast for such a pudgy little guy. That makes no sense. How can a pagan student be pudgy with all the training we get put through? Your pathetic attempts at comprehending my greatness fails against my semblance. It allows me to exponentially increase the amount of calories that get absorbed by my body. So you have a semblance that can potentially be used to go without food for days, making you an incredible asset on long-term missions in the wild. And you use it to stay fat! Thanks, boss. Owe you one. Traitor! The owner of the Dutch shop was in the end provincial, tripping in the running furnace with his broom and sending him rolling us over tea kettle. Now, can we just talk for a moment? Sure. Why are you spreading those lies about me? I'm not a plant by my father, like I'd ever believe you. But why? Because you're his flesh and blood. You were born to Schnee, born in that person's daughter, and brought up in his household. You're 100% certain that you're evil. Wait just a minute here. That's totally unfair. Just because she's his daughter doesn't make it mean she's like him. So if your parents are a certain way and you get brought up in their house, it's a guarantee you'll end up like them? That's bullshit. Not in her case. And why is that? Because she's a Schnee. Duh. That's, hey, now come on, do your worst. It'll just prove what's already clear to the entire world and bring more people to our cause. I can see why she's hands shake, balled into a fish. She bites her lower lip and looks at the ground frustrated. She doesn't know what to do. This guy is impossible. Seems all he cares about are ideas and the seeds. Well, it's a long shot, but worth a try. Fine, you win. Excuse me? So you see the inevitability of justice. I don't think that's a word, but yeah, I guess explain. I guess all we can do is let you go and explain to the old stall lady what happened today. Now, that won't be necessary. On the contrary, I'm sure we gave her quite a shock. It'll only be we go polite and explain ourselves in detail. I can do that for you. Oh, but an apology is much more effective when it comes from the source of the problem. And hearing you speak, yes, as an evil Schnee, I must start making amends, starting with that poor, kind old stall lady. I appreciate the sentiment, but indeed, Weish, we need to go here to her, tell her about everything that happened, and how her best client has been fighting the good fight and spreading the truth about, all right, fine, you win, I won't do it anymore. So, no more flyers? No. Or any physical media to spread impermissive information? No. Then we're done. Grr, damn you, Schnee. I'll get you one day. Thank goodness that worked. I know, right? It was one exhausting day. I can't believe we chased that guy all over the city until sundown. Famished. Want to get some grub? Or grab something to eat before we're going back to Beacon? Absolutely, but first I need to take a break from all the walking. Oh yeah, sit down sounds wonderful right now. Ah, I feel my bones pop. I stretch my arms upward. Weiss does the same, but without any added noises before sitting down on a bench, one leg crossed over the other as she looks at the sky. Thank you, Ariel. It was my pleasure, and we had fun, didn't we? Despite how everything started, I say yes. He's probably going to keep posting stuff on the network, isn't he? Yep, but most people still think the news coming from anonymous posters as garbage, especially if they sound as crazy as he was sounding. It does to me. But you know me, better than most people. Yeah, but you're a popular singer, and honestly, Weiss, what? You attract way too much attention to be a good undercover agent. Eyes are immediately always on you wherever you go. Flatterer. Also, heels. Not so flattering anymore. And your first impressions leave a lot to be desired. I grin as she shoves me in the shoulder, a smile on her lips. Just for that, I'm buying dinner. How's that a punishment? A gentleman is supposed to treat a lady. Think about what you'd look like to onlookers. Real lucky. You're not close with White Schnee. I should be sleeping, resting myself up for tomorrow, but I can't stop thinking about Amber. She's the poster child for a complete mystery. A person who disappears by setting her surroundings on fire, speaks in riddles, and only appears at night in a certain place. But that's not the main reason why I can't stop thinking about her. Whoa, what's happening? The air is becoming crisp all of a sudden. That's why she's here. I can't forget that last look of fear and the fact that it was due to a single person. Is something on your mind, Ariel? Hey, Penny, going to your checkup? Yes, but you seem to be troubled. Kind of. I mean, worried is more like. It's about, well, let's call her a friend. Something troubling her. Kind of. Actually, I think she may be in danger. Oh my, why do you think that? Because she's scared, terribly so. And maybe you should ask her of what? Yeah, but the thing is, I don't know if I'll get a straight answer out of her. She seems to live in her own world, do things at her own pace. Last time she ran. Well, maybe you should go with the flow, as they say. I think at this point in time, getting this friend used to your presence is more important than getting answers. True, but hey, how do you know we're not that well acquainted? Because you're here thinking about how to properly ask the question, what are you scared of? Point taken. Alright then, time for another nightly visit to the amphitheater. Hoping this one ends better than the last. Here we go again, but I can't help but feel her presence anyway. There's no burning on the back of my skull either. She's not trying to observe me anymore, is she? Maybe she's actually hiding from me. Amber? No answer, of course. Amber, I want to talk to you. Damn it. What can I say to get her to come out? I am willing to ask you what you want. Okay, yeah, that was lame. You wanted me to ask what you can do, right? Well, after what you did to the floor last time, I'm curious. How did you do that? Come on, don't be like that. I'm kind of worried about you, you know? Worried? Why? Oh my god, where did she come from? Amber, you surprised me. Understandable, but your worry is not. What do you mean? You've seen what I can do. You should be scared. We have amnesia. Well, I've only seen parts of what you can do, not all of it. There's scarier things in the world than some fire. No, there are not. Oh, damn, why did that magic fire? You haven't told what real fire is like. That is why you don't fear it. She didn't disappear yet. Real fire doesn't just hurt your body. It tears at something much deeper inside. Yeah, I think this would work better if like it wasn't fire she was scared of, but like the grim, because like Cinder did not burn her. Even at neither point did when Cinder meets and her. Did fire do something to you? Not just any fire, my fire, your own fire. I mean, you hurt yourself using your semblance. It's not a semblance; it's magic. Excuse me? Did she just say magic? But magic doesn't, or does it? You don't believe me. It's no, it's not that. I mean, magic would explain a lot of weird things about my life, but you mean you're a magician? No, I'm a maiden. To be completely honest, they're not that different. Just one has more elaborate rules. Well, of course you are, but what does that mean? What do you mean, what I mean? You're older than me, but you're still young to be a bit young to be married, so I don't get what that has to do with magic. You're very silly, or have you really never heard of the fable? Sadly, if this is about some kind of myth or legend, I don't know about it. I know very little about Remnant. About Remnant as a whole? How is that possible? It's a long story. Maybe we could trade. I don't know. Alright, this time I actually managed to see a trail of Ember. She's headed to the upper part of the amphitheater where I saw her for the first time. I don't know I don't know if I can trust you. That's understandable. You don't have to tell me everything right now. I'm hiding from her. She has allies. I can't risk giving it away. Well, if I would have wanted to tell anyone about you, I already would have. I already came here alone, didn't I? Not last time you weren't alone. What? No, I came to you alone, didn't I? Her hands seemed to be shaking even when holding each other. Yes, but I felt her. All right, you felt her presence, but was it close to me? No, it was just strong. Like, there's more to this place than this amphitheater? Of course it is, but what do you mean by this place? Ariel, could you maybe show me outside? What? I mean, sure, I don't. Thank you. What would you like in exchange? Oh, right, I mentioned to trade before, so I guess I can play it to favors as well. Maybe you could show me your face? I can do that, yes. Like I said, this was originally um something you had to opt in, like one of those Saturday events, but they decided, nah, Amber's too important to the story. We're making her just a plot device. Is this fine? Yes, but why does she look so young without her hood? It's not just about her face or seeing more of it. It's like she lost a few years when she uncovered her hood. That doesn't make any sense. But nothing. It's all right. Thanks for trusting, Amber. Even she only added questions on top of questions just by showing me her face. So, you will show me around the rest of this place? Of course. Do you want to go right now? Yes. Go ahead. I'll be right with you. If you say so. There she goes again. I'm glad we came to some sort of understanding or connection. But how can I show her around if she's not well around? I should go to sleep and try again some other day. Oh, you poor fool. Ah, that was a long day. In the end, it was quite mentally exhausting. Magic, maidens, and somehow, after Amber, who somehow changes into a younger version of herself without her hood on. If I remember correctly, she mentioned a fable when talking about her being a maiden. Maybe I should look into that. This is the real world? Didn't think I'd come back here. I still remember the feeling of exhilaration from my first battle and the adrenaline from when we were running from the Wang Lang. So Osmond said we could come to the Emerald Forest to train, provided we don't cut classes for it. Notify him or a teacher beforehand and keep close to the cliffs. Believe me, I have no desire to venture even further into the forest. For all I know, there may be more imported grim that the good headmaster forgot to tell us about.
What will our training regime consist of, Jack? What do you think? We're gonna skin some Grim.
Not rocket science, as they say. So we're looking for trouble? Pretty much. We haven't fought as a team in a while, and my, aren't they impatient? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 Beowulfs. I swallow, but unlike the first time, I don't panic, just feel a shiver of nervousness. My team is beside me this time. Well, here's another small horde of Beowulfs. Since you've already fought them before, Ariel, they will make for good training. A horde? What's a horde exactly?
A horde is a group of enemies with shared health. It's what happens when you put together a bunch of enemies who act, look, and die the same.
Gar? And the reason why I call Grim Vermin, you can't choose which ones to target, but considering they're exchangeable, it doesn't really matter, does it? Grr! Roar! Does that mean we can't weaken them? Oh, you can. As a horse goes down, it loses pieces, so to speak, and becomes less dangerous and effective. I see. Well, let's try it then. Grrr! Okay, put a sock in it. We're coming.
They're in a hurry, aren't they?
We best be careful nonetheless.
They're actually.
Evelyn, watch out!
Huh?
I didn't even sense it. How? Evelyn, your aura is almost gone. Get back. Uh, Evelyn! I told you to run, but you didn't listen. Very well then. I'll respect your choice. Let us fight, Ariel.
My aura.
Not just yours. My aura cover has been refreshed as well. It's at full capacity.
What? Yeah, mine too. But let's think about it afterwards. We got some Grim to take care of. Right.
Affirmative.
David, how the hell did you do this? Time to end this, furbags. And that's you.
Ah!
What the hell was that? How did you do that? What did you do to us?
Evelyn, personal
Who
space.
cares about personal space?
I care about personal space. Okay. Time out. Evelyn, hold on to your ears, will you? I share your curiosity, but I fear just hassling Ariel will serve no purpose.
Sorry. You're right. Sorry, David. And thanks for the save.
She moves back, and I can finally breathe. How can somebody so tiny command such a presence?
But, oh my god, David. I bet you don't have any idea what you just did.
That's basically the unsung message of this game. I mean, kind of. I refueled your aura reserves using mine, but that's my semblance.
Yes? And somehow now we can do it too! Holy fuck!
Carrots, language! And partner, seriously, I mean, you probably don't realize why this is a big deal, do you? No. Ariel,
David,
nobody can borrow.
nobody can borrow someone else's aura.
Okay, technically you can, but it's worded differently in the show. Because it's like you're transferring your aura to someone else. It's the entire reason John is. What? But Penny, didn't you? She shakes her head from side to
I did
side.
not give you my aura. I just used a bit of it to jumpstart your own, like throwing a fire dust crystal in a pot of water to make it boil. But living beings cannot store any aura energy that is not their own. Or, at least, that was the theory.
Oh, Arnett, I get it now.
David, in the course of history, there have been more advances in research about transferring someone's aura and semblance to a different body than about storing and utilizing someone else's aura energy.
You're the first person to exist who is able to do that, as far as we know, at least.
And if that wasn't enough, you also somehow shared that ability with us. Even if it's not to the same extent.
So I'm what? Some kind of aura medic? No, that's John. But only when the Ice Queen. That's a name for it, yes. If it wasn't for the fact that you can share parts of your ability with other people. I'm so confused.
Believe me, you're not the only one.
Needless to say, this remains between us, not a word to anyone. What?
I concur.
What do you mean? We can't tell anyone? Not even Osmond? Especially Osmond, or General Ironwood, or any adult. We keep this a secret from everyone, but this generally goes double for any member of the facility. But why?
The headmaster, the general, most of the adults here at Beacon, really, are people of a certain importance. It's not just the weight of a school that they carry on their shoulders.
That's certainly one way to describe it.
And in their mission for the greater good, they don't always take the needs of the single person into account. Let's leave it at that.
Evelyn and I both owe a debt to the headmaster, but it wasn't without cost. Believe me, Ariel, you don't want to be dragged into their world. Okay, got it. X-nay on the Senblay. That's the spirit. Now what do you say we go back? I want to find and quarter the Beowulf who sneak attacked me. I still don't get how he got the drop on you.
Same here. I mean, he may have been playing around a bit too much, but
Also, it was a bit too strong for a Beowulf. He almost took out your aura in one hit, flat-footed or not.
Now there's something we should report to Austin.
I swear to the gods, if it was another imported Grim...
There was also another weird thing about it. You're right, it ran. Sheep or not sheep, I need that extra information. I take it the test went badly? Did, but it also went well. Care to elaborate? Bad, because from what I've seen, I can't take on all four in a fair fight. I need to divide and conquer. And to do that, I need to know who to single out. I'll only get one chance. Reasonable. And why well, then? What if I told you I saw the guy of the group replenish his teammate's aura with his own? And here we were ready to leave. The boss will char you alive if you do not inform him of this, boss. Because that's not confusing at all. What an exaggeration. He would probably just take an arm or a leg. Send you the contact I told you about immediately. Great job, Howard. Or get great luck. Either way, I bring results to the table. Catch you later, boss. This is bound to make the boss notice me. Notice me, senpai. Alright, now let's see about this contract of the boss. Mommy? Is that you? No. Well, thank the gods for that. A couple of decades 6 feet under would have made for a stinker of a reunion. Now, since you're not Mommy Dearest, and your number does not show up in my exclusive address book, your next question is, who are you? How did you get this number? And is it someone like you who likes you enough to pay a ransom? Those are 3 questions. Starting to sound like you're not worth keeping alive, kid. Wow, Weiser did say you were something. Weiser Van Gorf. Weiser Van Gorf. The brat is still alive. Believable. I'm one of his new associates. I'm looking for something in Vale, and he told me you were the person to come to. He did, huh? I don't really deal in information, kid. You mentioned that. Yesterday, no one's got as many eyes in the city as you. Mr. Torchwick. Battery won't get you a discount. Let's say I have those eyes, but do you have the dust to pay for them? Dust? Not money? Times change, kid. I don't have spare cash lying around right now, but I could be persuaded with some dust. Yeah, because at this point he's also having to deal with Cinder's whole plot. That's actually better for us. I actually have a few fire dust crystals just lying around. How pure. They're mirrors of fiery death, Mr. Tortrick. Tell me more. Chapter 3. Mute as a bat. Monday. And we're going to call it a part there.